Yesterday, when I made a stream on uh, narcissistic personality disorders and OCD, I was kind of comparing, showing how they overlap. I had an error, and while I was talking about these two distinct, distinct mental conditions, um, I I mentioned Michael Steele, and I put him on the stand in the place of Michael Cohen, and I wanted to recap that to make sure that while I was talking, I had made an example, and I was saying that uh, when Michael Steele, I put Michael Steele on the stand instead of Michael Cohen, and it was supposed to be Michael Cohen instead of Michael Steele. So that was part of my recap. But also in my recap, I wanted to kind of say to Michael Steele, uh, regardless of Republican or Democrat, I would I can look back over the years and think about how my son would always watch MSNBC with me, both my sons, and he would love to say what would Michael Steele always say? He would always say what?
Drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill. And so he was so upset. I remember when uh, Michael Steele left the RNC, he was so upset about Michael Steele leaving because we always talk about how he had worked so hard and did so much for that particular party. But I had him here today, and I wanted him to say um, to Michael Steele because he's getting older. We're going to blame it on him getting older, not Michael Steele getting older, because at the time, uh,
I was in my 20s when he was in the RC. I think it was about 2010,
mhm.
and you done so much for that party, like Michael Cohen did for the predecessor. And it's like you under your leadership, you had it all together, and it was victory after victory. But then when you got ousted, it's kind of like how my father used to say, "You served your purpose," and that hurt me because all that hard work, even for a minority coming in the RNC, doing that's magnificent because sometimes on in our community on the blacktop we don't get credit as being intelligent,
No, we don't.
and to see you get ousted, it broke my heart because it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. If you're sensible and a reasonable person that know how to do your job, and you are very capable of your job, and we just want to tell you, and if no one else tell you this, we want to thank you, even though your party could be ratchet and didn't want to thank you, but you kept it together. And like on Cohen, who did so much for the predecessor, same thing. He served his purpose and he got thrown in jail. But the blessing thing is you didn't get thrown in jail. You got your freedom. Praise God. But basically, we just want to say, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Keep reaching across the aisles. Keep educating people, and just being our eyes and ears.
All right. Kenny, I really appreciate that. And I said, here's my chance to get a chance to talk back to everybody because you're not going to believe this. During the time that I was at Walmart and I was going in and I was, really talking about the channel and the people that was on the channel, and I liked how they brought messages over and they were teachers. Later on, Walmart made it clear to me that they were Republicans. That's fine, and uh, and by me talking about MSNBC, and it's in the blog, I wrote about the evaluations, But that's kind of why I had got marked down on my because they were Fox News, and I was MSNBC, and I thought that was hilarious. But
And also too on the reason why in that year.
uh huh.
So basically, what happened? So when
But
Obama
but
won,
yeah,
we couldn't say nothing.
that's right.
They were threatening to write us up, fire us. But
That's correct. When number 44 won, we were not allowed to talk about him. Uh, they would write us up.
they would fire us.
They would fire us, and
Evaluations got shot.
right.
But when the predecessor got in, they were hooping and hollering, and they were talking about him, and they degrade us even more. They said, "Well, no, the predecessor could say all this stuff about different type of people, so I guess it's our turn." Yo, we took the grunt of it.
But recapping that and getting Michael Steele off the stand, because I did say Michael Steele. I did say Michael Steele,
You cannot edit
and
life.
it was Michael Cohen. And one of the things that I did learn from Lawrence O during the time I had woke up one morning, and I think Lawrence O'Donnell had been in a car accident, and I never will forget. I thought, has Lawrence lost his mind? Maybe he's got some type of disorder. I don't know. And what happened? He was talking about the Koch brothers, and when he was talking about the Koch brothers, I thought, oh, I don't know. I took issues with the Koch. I don't know what if Lawrence O had, but he had talked about how
Human.
how human, how nice they had treated him during his time of this accident. And I thought, wow, that's a powerful lesson right there, because um, in my head, I wasn't really favoring the Koch brothers,
Mm-mm.
and to hear Lawrence talk about um, how the Koch brothers treated him during that time, and all the services he got, I thought, well, I need to go back and reevaluate. And when somebody do something, I maybe not, I have to look at them really hard and give them that chance. And that's where I was with Michael Cohen, because to this day, I may have looked at Michael Cohen differently and may not have given him the benefit of the doubt of him changing his life if I hadn't stepped back and reviewed some of the things that Lawrence O'Donnell had said about the Koch brothers. So I'm not going to stay on here long. I wanted to recap that, and I wanted my son had every time he sees the weekend, he says, "I wonder if Michael Steele gonna say."
Drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill.
And I said, "I don't know. It's a new show, so."
Well, and another reason too, it's kind of what Ari said.
Hmm.
You hip hop the Republican Party. They were lame. So before you came, they were kind of lame. But when you came, you lighten them up.
Well,
Yeah.
I know one thing. He brought a lot of class and style to RNC,
Yes, he
and he
did.
didn't. He wouldn't have never wore one of the suits that they wore down to the courthouse, but he'd have been styling and profiling, and you know how that go. But
But
that's where my recap was. I wanted to get it straight, and I wanted my son to, uh, say he had told me. He said, "God, I wish I could say that to." Um,
but also too, Mom, he didn't for the RNC. He did
mhm.
not. He did not sell his. He did not sell his soul or his integrity.
No, Michael Steele never. He was always like on the money, strictly about the job. Had a lot of
Class and finesse.
class and integrity, and to me, it didn't matter if he was a Republican. You don't see that. We can't. It's hard to distinguish that now, because no matter when money's involved or somebody wants to be in power, and that's that narcissistic personality that comes out. They like power and control, and and then with the OCD coming out also, they like to be hands-on, micromanaging, torturing people, and the HNIC. So uh, that's my recap for the day. I'm glad my son got a chance to say drill, baby, drill. And shout out to Michael Steele. I'm going to get it right. Michael Steele, because he really worked hard, and he really had the Republicans on point in the time that he did his leadership. So on that note, I will be back, and uh, of course, like I say, over the years, it's been fun.
Yeah, it's my fault because I'm older.
So you all have a good day.